The oppressive humidity of the Louisiana bayou clung to Elias like a shroud. It was the kind of heat that seeped into your bones, promising a slow, suffocating decay. He'd been drawn here by whispers, by fragmented journals found in forgotten attics, by the chilling folklore of a place called Ravencroft. They said it was a settlement, born from a twisted faith, a place where the veil between worlds thinned and something ancient stirred. His journey had been long, a descent into a forgotten America. The paved roads had given way to rutted dirt tracks, then to barely there trails swallowed by the encroaching cypress and Spanish moss. The few scattered inhabitants he'd encountered were gaunt, their eyes hollow, their speech a guttural murmur that Elias, despite his years of research, could barely decipher. They spoke of the old ways, of appeasing the shadows in the mire, and always, always of Ravencroft. He finally found it not by sight, but by sound, a low, resonant chanting, a discordant harmony that seemed to vibrate from the very earth. The air grew heavy, thick with the scent of decay and something else, something cloyingly sweet and metallic. He pushed through a wall of tangled vines, his heart hammering against his ribs. Before him lay Ravencroft. It wasn't a town, not in any conventional sense. It was a collection of crude, decaying shacks huddled around a central clearing. In the center of the clearing stood a structure that defied description. It was a grotesque amalgamation of wood, bone, and what looked like dried, leathery skin, twisted into impossible angles. From its apex, a single, impossibly large eye seemed to stare out, unblinking. The chanting was louder now, emanating from figures gathered around the central edifice. They were cloaked, their faces hidden, their movements jerky and unnatural. Elias felt a primal urge to flee, but his feet remained rooted to the spot, his fascination warring with a terror that threatened to consume him. He crept closer, hiding behind the gnarled roots of an ancient oak. He could make out the details now. The structures were adorned with effigies, crude carvings of monstrous forms, their limbs contorted in poses of agony and supplication. Skulls, both animal and disturbingly human, were embedded in the walls, their empty sockets seeming to follow his every move. Then he saw her. Standing at the edge of the clearing, silhouetted against the sickly green light filtering through the canopy, was a woman. She was tall, impossibly so, her form draped in dark flowing fabric. Even from this distance, Elias could sense an aura of immense power emanating from her. This, he knew, was the leader, the one they called the Mother of Ravens. The chanting reached a crescendo, and the figures began to move in a frenzied dance. Elias watched, mesmerized and horrified, as one of the cloaked figures stepped forward, carrying a struggling animal, its eyes wide with terror. The Mother of Ravens raised her arms, and the chanting ceased. A profound silence fell over the clearing, broken only by the frantic beating of Elias's own heart. The ritual began. Elias couldn't bring himself to describe the specifics, the sheer barbarity of it. It was an offering, a sacrifice to whatever entity resided within the monstrous structure. He saw things that night that would forever be seared into his mind, visions that would haunt his dreams for the rest of his days. He saw the darkness that humanity was capable of, the terrifying depths to which faith could be twisted. As the first hint of dawn began to break, painting the sky in bruised shades of purple and gray, the ritual concluded. The cloaked figures dispersed, melting back into the shadows of the bayou, leaving Elias alone with the chilling silence and the monstrous edifice. He stumbled backward, his body trembling, his mind a chaotic whirl of fear and disbelief. He had come seeking answers, seeking to understand the dark heart of Ravencroft. He had found them, but the knowledge was a poisoned chalice. He had witnessed the embodiment of a faith that fed on fear, a religion that worshipped the abyss. As Elias turned to flee, to escape the suffocating grip of Ravencroft, he felt a presence behind him. He didn't dare to look back. He could feel the weight of that single, unblinking eye upon him, a silent promise that the darkness he had witnessed would never truly let him go. He ran not for his life, but for his sanity, the guttural whispers of Ravencroft echoing in his ears. a chilling testament to America's darkest religious horror. The bayou, he knew, was not just a place, but a state of being, a descent into a primal, terrifying faith that had been lurking in the shadows, waiting to be found. And Elias, by finding it, had become a part of its enduring darkness. He carried Ravencroft within him now, a shadow that would forever chase his heels, a constant reminder of the horrors that lie just beyond the veneer of civilization, waiting for those foolish enough to seek them out. The journey back was a blur, the dense foliage a mere obstacle to his desperate escape, his mind already a prisoner of the visions he had witnessed. He knew with a chilling certainty that he would never be truly free of Ravencroft. The echoes of their chants, the glint of their obsidian idols, the unnerving stillness of that single monstrous eye, they were all now a part of his own haunted consciousness. He had sought the darkness, and the darkness had found him, and it had claimed a piece of his soul,